Okay, so to go from standard form to scientific notation, I'm going to show you how to do that. Basically, as a review, standard form is either going to be in a decimal form or as a whole number. Both of these are considered standard form, like we discussed in the other videos. Scientific notation kind of takes on a different shape. You'll have, these are variables, right? C point D times 10 to the n. These numbers can be anything, and basically that number can be anything. So it will be a number, point, another number. This would be like the first significant number, point, another number, times 10 to the third power. Or the first number, point, two numbers following, times 10 to the negative 2, which would be it could be any negative exponent or any positive exponent. So that kind of is just to give you like what does scientific notation look like, but let's work through some examples so it becomes more comfortable. So given a whole number in standard form, like 110,000, what would that look like in scientific notation? Well, basically to do that, all you're doing is starting from the right, and you can just remember this by thinking about where is the decimal. Well, if we have a whole number, the decimal would be right there. So you're always going to start from where the decimal is, and you're going to go all the way over until you get to the right of the first significant number. This 1 is the first significant number, okay? So let's go to the right of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we moved 5 spaces over, so this is how we write this. We write those first two numbers, 1.1 times 10 to the 5th power, because we moved 5 spaces. So we end up writing the numbers in the front. We put a decimal after the first number. Let's try it again. So we're going to start where we would imagine the decimal to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we write 6.37. We take those numbers, we put them right here, times, and it's always going to be the base of 10, times how many spaces did we move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10 to the 6th power. And notice that these are all whole numbers in standard form, and we're getting positive exponents. So again, we're going to start here, 1, 2, 3. So it becomes 4.5 times 10 to the 3rd power. That's really it. You're just copying the first few numbers, putting a decimal after the first number. That's it. And then the exponent is how many spaces you moved over. Okay. What about if we were given a decimal, so standard form, and we're asked to put it into scientific notation? But this time, like I said, it's a decimal. So if you can remember from our last videos, anything in a decimal form meant we're going to get a negative exponent. So we're going to start from the decimal. This time it's over here and we can see it. We're going to go to the first significant number, which is this number 1, bypassing all these zeros, right? This is the first number we're looking at. So we're going to count till we get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to rewrite those numbers as 1.2 times 10 to the negative 4th power. Because you see a decimal, you will get a negative exponent. So I know in this one, I'm going to have to write 3.75 times 10 to the something. And I'm going to start from the decimal, count till I get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it becomes to the negative 5. Again, I know I'm going to write these two numbers down. I know the decimal is going to go there. And it's going to become 2.9 times 10. And then I'm going to figure out where that is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So it becomes 10 to the negative 3rd power. And that's really it. It's quite simple when you practice it. Just keep in mind, anytime you have a negative exponent, you have a decimal, and vice versa. And anytime you have a positive exponent, you have a whole number, okay, in standard form. All right, practice.